Morning, everyone. It's Grow with Joe here to give you more lessons on how to grow yourself either personally or financially. Today, we're going to talk about personally, and I'm big into productivity and time management and everything. Really goes back to this one book I read called The Shortness of Life by Seneca. That book just hits your soul really hard. And my favorite quote in that book is life is long as you know how to use it. And in that book, he really talks about how people just waste their time chasing things that are really not important. They're shiny, but they're not really important. And so I'm always trying to think about what are ways that help me figure out how to how can I spend most of my time on doing stuff that's important and eliminate all the unimportant things from my life. And I want to work on stuff that's valuable and it's creative and everything. And I know as a person, I can't do everything, so I need to have a system in place to help me not get distracted, and so I can really focus my time on the stuff that really matters. Uh, so so when we think about our activities during the day, we got to figure out, okay, uh, where in these four buckets does this activity belong? So I'm a big believer that you should do a task audit. So you write down all your tasks that you do for in your life, at work, in your personal life, and you can break it down and everything. And then once you have all your tasks written down, then what you need to do is place those tasks into four different categories. And before you put in those four different categories, you got to think about what do you want for your life? What future goal do you want to accomplish? And then, so once you have your goals in place, then you got to figure out, okay, how do I need to reach my goals? And you got to say, okay, I got to work on this area, this area. These are the main areas I need to focus on. I got to get rid of these areas over here. And then the what, then you got to figure out what you got to do. So to help you figure out what you got to do is once you figure out all of those tasks that you have in your life and then you actually need to do, and then you put them into four different categories. So those four categories are do. These are categories that you absolutely need to do to help you reach your goals. And then the other one is delete. So sometimes we just do stuff just because we've always been doing it. And one of the most dangerous things that we could do with our lives is say, hey, we're doing this because we've always been doing it this way. You should, if that is the case, take some time and think, like, is this really important? Do we really need, is there a better way to do it? So this is why it's important to take time to reflect and everything. So first you want to figure out which tasks do you want to do, and then delete, then defer. There might be something you really want to do or it's important, like a big project. I have big projects that I want to do. I'm trying to like write books, trying to write a movie script and everything. But I'm deferring that down the road right now because I really don't have time to do it because I'm in an MBA program right now. I'm working on this Grow with Joe business, doing financial planning and development coaching. So those are things I'm going to put down, defer down the road. I finished finals this Thursday, so I'm going to start doing that later. And then the last task that you got to figure out what you got to put your task in is delegate. This is very valuable. Recently, I just hired someone to edit my podcast for me, and that is saving me a lot of time. It's so I can focus more on marketing. I'm doing more videos and everything. Like it's important that the podcast gets out, but to me, I could hire someone to do that relatively cheaply compared to what I charge for one-on-one coaching. So you got to figure out what you value your time at. So if you value your time at $150 an hour, $100 an hour, $50 an hour, any task below that, you should delegate it to somebody else. It doesn't mean you make $50 every single hour. But hey, if you do four $50 hour tasks, then hold on. Oh, well, that's it for today. Gotta go. Hope you learned a lot. Take care.